I'll ring my bowl to signal the beginning of our class. And I know sometimes the bowl, you can't hear that, as Harriet told us with the high pitch there. Hopefully you heard it. So once you arrive, just make yourself nice and comfortable, perhaps taking a nice big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, as you settle yourself, feeling completely supported by the earth. The earth is supporting you and holding you. You have nowhere to go, nowhere to be right now, except in this present moment. So just let go of any cares or concerns you may have, even leaving them in an imaginary basket outside your door. And just come to this present moment by noticing the temperature of the air around you, noticing the feel, the touch of the back body on the mat, the back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the arms, length of the spine, back of the legs, back of the heels, just noticing where they touch, releasing and relaxing, allowing the earth to hold you. And now gently turning to the breath, perhaps coming to your home base, whatever that may be, whatever resonates with you. And just watch the breath, following it all the way in and all the way out, having that intention to stay with the breath, feeling on the inhale, perhaps the air is cool, watching the breath move through the nasal passages, following it to the back of the throat, to the chest, even to the belly. And on the exhale, perhaps feeling that the air has been warmed, the breath has been warmed by the body. And just stay with the breath, not forcing, but just being an observer. And just following it all the way in and all the way out. And just being with the breath for a little bit. And if you notice that the mind has wandered and is thinking, just acknowledge the thoughts. Allow them to be there without judgment. And begin again, watching the breath. Building your concentration muscle, making it stronger each time you return again to the breath. So our focus this morning is going to be on recharging and moving somewhat slowly and with intention, like taking our time. And we'll be thinking about drawing energy from the earth and just recharging, rebalancing, recentering, that type of thing. So we will focus on also the root chakra, which I'll talk about in a moment. So thinking about drawing energy from the earth and balancing ourselves. So we'll begin by floating our arms up overhead, stretching out through our fingertips, down through our body and out through our toes. And as we begin, we can take a nice deep breath in through our nose, out through our mouth, and just notice how we feel. Just quickly scanning the body, or actually slowly scanning the body. There isn't a rush to do that. So slowly scan the body and just notice how each area feels. Notice the mind, the state of the mind also. Maybe the state of the emotions. And feel the support of the earth. Feel the earth holding you. Allow yourself to release to that support. And once you've scanned the body, take another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then stretch out through the fingertips, down the body and out through the toes, bringing a little bit of tension as you stretch out, really reaching through the fingertips and pointing through the toes. And then releasing the body, allowing the body to rest on the earth, floating the arms down by the sides, bending the knees, placing the soles of the feet on the mat, and just gently windshield wipering the knees from side to side, using the breath to help you move with ease. Feel the ground beneath the feet. Feel the ground beneath the back body. Feel your connection to the earth. And the next time the knees come to center, walk the heels close to the bottom. Keep the knees and the feet about hip width apart. And we'll come into a flowy, gentle bridge. So we're just going to press into the ground, into the earth as we lift the hips, lift the arms up overhead, resting the knuckles on the earth overhead, and then float the arms back down as we bring the hips back down. So we're just doing gentle flowing bridge. Just inhale the arms up, and then exhale the arms and hips down. And just continue for 2 or 3 more rounds. And be in this moment also noticing how the shoulder joints feel. Notice how the hip flexors feel. And the next time you float your arms down by your sides and bring your hips down to the earth, Bring your knees into your chest, hugging them as you rock from side to side. And then placing the soles of your feet on the mat, bring your left ankle to your right thigh. And then we'll just take the left hand and press into that left knee to open up the left hip gently. Pressing the sole of the right foot into the earth. Feel that groundedness. Feel the back body grounded. Keep the breath flowing. And release and take that foot back to the mat as you cross the right ankle over the left thigh, pressing with your right hand, that right knee away, just opening up the hip in a gentle way. And then release that knee, uncross that ankle, lifting the hips a little bit off the mat, slide the hands underneath the sacrum. As you bring the knees into your chest, send the soles of your feet up to the sky, just pressing the soles of the feet on the sky for waterfall. Relax the facial muscles and the shoulders. Even if I don't have music on, I wonder if you can hear the birds outside. Of course, when I say that, they're going to stop chirping. And then we're going to engage our core. So bring our belly button in and up and slowly lower our legs. And if both legs is not comfortable today, you could always lower one leg at a time. And just come down as far as is comfortable. The lower we get, a little more challenging it is. If you can bring your feet all the way to the earth, that would be nice. If not, just bring one leg at a time. And then we're going to bring the knees back into the chest, send the feet, soles of the feet up to the sky again, engage the core, and slowly lower our legs or one leg at a time to the earth. Using your breath, engaging your core. And when the feet meet the earth again, we'll bring the knees into the chest, bring the feet up to the sky, or if you'd like to, just make circles on the ceiling with the knees, like hugging the knees into the chest. You can do that, or if you'd like to lower the legs slowly, again, engaging the core, you can choose that. And then once the legs meet the earth, bend the legs, lift the hips and take the hands out, bring the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. And then placing the soles of the feet on the mat, we'll bring the soles of the feet together, pressing the soles of the feet into each other for Supta Baddha Konasana, so the knees are out wide. And again, we can just notice how we feel. Perhaps even bringing the hands to the belly, noticing the breath. So we're slowing down, just feeling that gentle inhalation, the belly rises. And on the exhalation, the belly softens. Take a couple of rounds of breath here. take the hands to the outer edges of the thighs and close the knees like a book, bringing the knees into the chest and just rocking again from side to side, just feeling the ground, feeling the earth beneath you. Either rolling to your side and pushing yourself up or bringing your hands behind your thighs, maybe with ankles crossed, rocking up to seated. And we'll come to Sukhasana. So sitting on the edge of a blanket if you have it. And then once you arrive in Sukhasana, just rocking from side to side to feel your sit bones. So in yoga, there are what is called chakras, which run from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And they're considered to be energy passageways, or I guess. They run up and down the spine. So we're going to focus on the root chakra today, which can help bring us balance and bring us stability. If we feel anxious, it can make us feel not anxious. It makes us feel balanced. So we'll think about the base of the spine. So we notice the base of the spine as we rock back and forth. And we're going to think about the pelvic floor also. And the color that is associated with the root chakra is red or pink. So I didn't have any red, so I wore pink. So what we're going to do is take our either hand, left hand or right hand, and just bring our hand kind of in front of the pelvis. And we'll take the other hand and place it on top. We're going to think about engaging the pelvic floor by thinking about lifting. And so we'll use our hands to help our mind's eye. We'll see our hands moving up as our pelvic floor engages and we try to draw it up. And so we're going to do this with ease. We're not going to do this with any, worry about if we're doing anything right or wrong. So just think about lifting. So draw your attention to the pelvic floor, and then we'll gently bring our hands up as we think about lifting through the pelvic floor. As we root down, let our legs be heavy to help us stay rooted. So just lifting that pelvic floor as we ground down through the sit bones. And we're going to eventually bring our hands up overhead, fingertips towards the sky, and feel that liftedness as well as the groundedness. And then we'll rain our hands, our fingers down while maintaining that lifted feeling. We'll slide our left hand over to the side and then inhale the right arm up and over as we stretch over towards the left. And just pressing that right hip to the earth, so maintain the contact, feel the groundedness, and then inhale back to center. Feel that liftedness through the root chakra, the pelvic floor. Walk the right hand away as you inhale, the left arm up and over. Press the palm, that right palm into the earth. Feel the ground. Press the left hip a little more so into the earth and feel grounded. And then inhale back to center. And then we'll place our hands on our kneecaps. So see if you can sit up nice and tall, extending through your crown and feel lifted yet grounded. And then we're going to rock forward as we gaze up and then rock back, chin to chest. Inhale forward, gazing up, exhale, rounding as you rock back. One more time. Inhale, feel lifted yet grounded, and then rock back. And then we'll come back to center. So it's kind of about balance. So we're trying to find some balance here. So that heaviness in the lower body, feeling rooted, And then in the upper body, feeling lifted. And then I just have to turn my paper over. Oh, yep. So we're going to, actually, let's drop our chin to our chest and just roll our head gently around just so we relax the neck and shoulders a little bit. And just doing this mindfully as always. And anytime you're ready, reversing direction. And being in this moment, bringing yourself present. And then once you have completed your head and neck rolls, inhaling and perhaps looking over the right shoulder, coming back to center, inhaling, and as you exhale, look over the left shoulder. Coming back to center, bringing the shoulders up, back, and around 2 or 3 times. Moving with intention. And as you're ready, reversing your direction. And then rocking from side to side on the sit bones, feeling the ground beneath you. Sitting up nice and tall, feeling the lift from the pelvic floor all the way up to the crown of the head. And then we'll make ourselves comfortable in table. So we'll just come to our table, spreading our fingers nice and wide, pressing the palms of the hands into the earth, noticing the knees, seeing that they are planted beneath the hip points. And we'll come into some gentle cat-cow. So inhaling as you drop your belly, send your heart center forward, press into the tops of your feet, and exhaling, rounding your back, pushing the earth away, feeling the earth under the palms, then dropping the belly, inhaling, gazing forward, exhaling, rounding the back. And one more time, inhaling, dropping the belly, gazing forward, exhaling to round the back. Coming to a neutral table, we'll come into a cat balance. So sending the right leg back, pointing through the toes, sending the left fingertips forward, stretching through those fingertips, pressing into the ground with the right hand and the top of the left foot, lifting and grounding at the same time. Engaging the core, using the breath, so allowing the breath to flow, building strength in the back body. Return the left hand and the right knee to the mat, and we'll take it to the other side. So pointing through the left toes, stretch out the right arm, pointing through the toes and stretching through the fingertips, lifting that left leg, pressing into the left hand. Return the right hand and the left knee. We'll take the balance one more time on each side. Extend the right leg back, left fingertips forward. Feel the strength in the body. Feel the ground beneath you. Release and change arm and leg, left leg back, right fingertips forward. Feel the strength, feel the ground. Return hand and knee to mat. Bring big toes together, bring knees out to the edge of each side of the mat as you walk your hands forward, resting your forehead down, an extended child's. Allow the belly to soften. Rocking the forehead from side to side, massaging that third eye. Noticing the ground beneath you. Bringing the head up and walking the hands back towards the body. We're going to, I'll turn to the camera, and we're going to curl the toes under and come up onto the knees, getting a little stretch in the soles of the feet. If it's not comfortable, keep the tops of the feet pressed into the earth, but we'll just get a little stretch here. And then we're going to come up onto the knees and inhale the arms up, spreading the fingers nice and wide as if we're holding a beach ball. Gaze up at the sky, and then exhale, fold forward. Uncurl your feet because you're not going to be able to come down, but bring the forehead to the mat with the arms up behind you. And then we'll inhale up again. Gaze up at the sky, hold your beach ball, and exhale forward, arms behind you. One more time, inhaling up. Gaze up at the sky, feel the ground beneath you, but feel the lift in the upper body. And then exhale down, forehead to the mat. And then come up, and we'll curl the toes again. And if you'd like, you can come to Malasana. So we bring the hands to the earth as we push up onto the toes. So remembering Malasana is when we bring the heels down. So sometimes people like to have a blanket under the heels. If you'd prefer not to do this, just bring yourself to Tadasana. So this is a grounding pose again. So the tailbone comes towards the earth. We press into the inner knees with the elbows and lift through the heart center and through the crown. If you're in Tadasana, feel the ground beneath you also. So we're thinking about, rooting. And as you're ready, you can bring yourself up to standing. And then once you arrive in Tadasana, just rock from side to side. Feel the ground, press the heels and the entire soles of the feet into the earth as you lift up through the instep, through the kneecaps, through the thighs, standing tall, engaging core, bringing shoulders up, back, and down. Arms dangle. So the bottom half of the body is stable and strong, and the top half of the body is relaxed but balanced and lifting. We're lifting through the heart center, lifting through the crown of the head. Notice the breath. Notice if you're holding the breath or if the breath is flowing. Notice the state of the breath. And we're just noticing without judgment. Is the breath, are you breathing shallowly or deeply into the belly? Getting to know our own rhythms. Getting to have breath awareness and body awareness. And as you're ready, fluttering the eyes open, and then inhaling the arms up, making a steeple. So interlacing the fingers, making a steeple with the index fingers. Inhaling, and as you exhale, bump the right hip out to the right as you bend over towards the left. Inhaling to center. Exhaling, bump the left hip out towards the left. Feel the stretch in that left side. Inhaling to center, turning the palms away, floating them down by your sides. Turning to the short end of your mat now, extending the left foot forward, right foot back, and the stance can be like a medium-sized stance, no need to stretch too far back. So the left foot, toes are pointing to the front, right foot more at a 45-degree angle. So place hands on hips and the hips square to the front of the mat. And then we'll inhale the arms up as we exhale and bend the front knee. So we're pressing into the big toe of the front foot, back heel of the back foot. We're engaging the core. Spread the fingers wide, gaze up, and bring the arms as if you were holding a beach ball. Relax your shoulders, tailbone to the earth, breath flowing. Feel the strength in warrior pose. And bringing the hands behind the back as you interlace the fingers. And we're going to inhale, actually squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then as we exhale, we'll fold forward with the torso for humble warrior. So we can stop right at the knee, or we can come down further to the inside part of the knee, using the strength of the legs. And then inhaling back up with the torso. Undo the hands, turn the feet parallel. And then we'll come to warrior one on the other side. So we'll turn to the short end of the mat. So our feet are not on a tight rope, so we can have some, like a diagonal foot placement. And then we're going to inhale the arms up, exhale and bend the front knee. Spread fingers wide as you gaze up, as if you're holding a beach ball. Press into the big toe of the front foot, the back heel, tailbone, send it to the earth. Relax the shoulders, relax the facial muscles. Feel strong in the pose. And now bringing the hands behind as you interlace your fingers, squeezing your shoulder blades together, and then inhale, and as you exhale, slowly come forward with the torso, coming as far as the knee if the body allows, coming a little bit inside the knee if you'd like. We're just gazing down at the earth. Feel the strength in the legs. And as always, come out of the pose anytime you'd like. Actually, we're looking at the ground and we're feeling the ground. Inhaling the torso up, undo the hands, bring the feet parallel, and then we'll heel toe the feet together. We'll come back to mountain, so rocking from side to side, feeling the earth, coming to your Tadasana. And then inhaling the arms up, interlacing the fingers and steeple again. We'll exhale to the left, so bumping that right hip out to the right, extending those fingertips up, feeling that nice stretch. Inhale to center, exhale, bump the hip, the left hip left, really stretching through the arms. Inhale to center. We'll do a slight backbone, so sending the hips forward. And then coming to center, turning the palms away from one another as you float forward. Gentle bend in the knee. Hold on to the elbows. Swing from side to side. Coming to stillness in the center and shaking the head, yes. Shaking the head no. Just releasing the neck. Placing hands on either side of the feet. Making our way to our backs. When you arrive on the mat, on your back, just bend the legs. Placing the soles of the feet on the earth. Bring your arms into an L shape, so press elbows into the mat with fingertips pointing towards the sky. Keeping the hips, the knees about hip width apart. Just lift on the next inhale, lifting the hips up. Pressing into the back of the shoulders, into the back of the arms and elbows, into the soles of the feet while maintaining hip distance between the knees. So our knees are not collapsing to the midline. And then releasing the hips down and then lifting the hips a little bit as we bring our hands under the sacrum again. Bring the knees in towards your chest. Send the soles of the feet up towards the sky for waterfall. So we'll just take a couple of rounds of breath here. Good for our circulation since we're on our feet all day. And if for any reason this isn't comfortable, you can always bring the knees into the chest. You might even try flexing and pointing through the toes, and maybe even rotating the ankles. And as you're resting here, just noticing how the body is feeling. Do you notice that connection to the earth a little bit more? And as you're ready, bringing your knees into your chest and then bringing them one at a time to the earth, the feet one at a time. Lift the hips, take the hands out. And if you'd like, bring the knees into the chest if you haven't already, rocking from side to side. Doing whatever else you'd like to do before you come to Shavasana. And once you do come to Shavasana, just knowing that you're supported, The earth is holding you. So feet wide on the mat, arms away from the body. And just scanning from crown to soles of feet. And just noticing if there's any tension or holding or anything like that. And if you notice it, just bring the breath there and allow the holding or the tension or whatever it may be to release. Feel the earth holding you. Feel the support. So letting go, releasing. I invite you to bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. May you feel grounded, balanced, recharged, re-energized as you move through the rest of your day and beyond. Namaste.